these single-use plastics. These are absolutely everywhere. This part of the beach here is really, really bad. I mean, here is just crazy. These lines of microplastics. It's pretty shocking.
Good morning, guys. It is day 3 of my Bali adventure. I've just woken up, just got out of bed and just getting ready for the 3rd day of my trip, documenting what's happening here in Bali. As you've probably seen from my other videos, it's the rainy season in Bali, so it has been raining on and off the whole time that I'm here. But it looks fairly dry today, so let's head out there and have a look what it's like.
So just left the hotel and heading down to the beach again for the 3rd day in a row. So the aim of today is it's a little bit of a work day, a little bit of a rest day. I've had 2 full days of shooting since I got here. So today the cleanup operation has actually stopped. So just wait for this bike to go past. So the cleanup operation has stopped, so there won't be any volunteers on the beach, so I just want to go and photograph the general kind of scenes. Then in the afternoon I'll probably take a bit of time off, edit some photos and make a plan for the coming days. So let's go down to the beach, see what the state of the beach is today. Hoping it might be a little bit better, but who knows, you never know here. Okay, just coming down here on the beach now, past these beautiful fishing boats which are here on the beach. But as we come down, you can see there's still a lot of plastic here at the kind of high tide mark on the beach. This is still here, so this is looking south down to the southern end of Bali. And then if we turn around, we go looking to the north. And yeah, the past 2 days this has been the epicenter for Bali's plastic crisis. So it's about, what time is it? It's about 8:30 in the morning, a little bit of a late start. So I'm just going to take a walk along the beach and yeah, just see what the general condition is like this morning. I can already see fishermen getting set up, so hopefully we can grab a few pictures this morning over the next hour or 2. So there are hundreds of these. I mean, well, I say hundreds, it's probably thousands, maybe tens of thousands of these little plastic cups. And you see these absolutely everywhere. These are like these single-use plastics where probably filled with some kind of juice, maybe an energy drink, apparently are really popular here in Indonesia. So these are absolutely everywhere. What else do we have here? We've got some kind of, oh, baby shark. Kind of disposable plastic wet wipes. Baby shark do. Can you see the irony here? We're a couple of meters away from the beach. Well, we are on the beach, a couple of meters away from the waves, and we've got a disposable baby shark wrapper. What else do we have here? Let's move along a bit. More cups. More just random, absolutely random pieces of plastic. Here's a Oreo wrapper from your biscuits. I don't know if that's an official Oreo, looks like an Indonesian rip-off, but yeah, these are just some of the things that just finding on the beach early in the morning. Everything's just washing up. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of kind of the things that are washing up on the beach here. Let's keep walking. I'm thinking of taking some pictures of like close-up detail shots of some of the interesting things I find washed up here on the shore. I know sometimes you can create really interesting little abstract images when you focus, you know, tightly on something. So this might actually be a good opportunity to do that, just to show you some of the weird things and, you know, the daily items that are washing up here on the shore. So that might be a nice little series to work on this morning. So if all goes to plan, you will see those pictures right now. Another thing I've noticed, there's a lot of straws. I mean, straws are a funny thing because they've been talked about as this kind of like this micro action to kind of combating the plastic crisis, and some people within environmental circles belittle that. But then when you come down to the beach, like here in Bali, and you see, okay, let's count how many straws I can find in a minute, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, last one, 20. You get the point. They're everywhere. So even though it might seem like a small micro kind of little bit of an effort to stop using plastic straws, it makes a difference, and every little bit helps. One thing I'm finding really interesting this morning is I discovered that here on the beach, you can see there's obviously lots of footprints from where people are walking. So you come from this way. And if you look down here, you can see how the footprints kind of get the sea washes over them a little bit and deposits the plastic. And so we've got straws and bits of plastic in the footprints, and I just think that's a really interesting, you know, metaphor for, you know, what's happening here. It's the footprint of us, man, and what we're doing to the environment here. And so I think this might be an interesting series as well. So I'm going to photograph the footprints where it mixes with the plastic, and that might make an interesting series as well. I mean, here is just crazy. I don't know if you can see here, these lines of microplastics all along this part of the beach here. See how they just go and snake their way along the beach? And I just pick some up here. You can see them. Incredible. Okay, so it's about 10 AM now. So this is about the time I normally like to wrap up when I'm working in the tropics, because it just gets really, really hot and a bit uncomfortable. So I'm going to go back to my hotel now, relax for a few hours before coming out again in the afternoon. I think I've got some good pictures this morning, especially the details of all the rubbish and the straws and the trash and the footprints and all these type of shots. I hope you like them. Okay, I'm going to take a rest, and I'll see you in a little while. All right.
Alright, hi everyone. We're back in the hotel. I'm just enjoying a mid-afternoon cup of coffee. Oh, a bit hot. So I was out this morning shooting on the beaches, as you just saw, but trying to take a little bit of a rest day, as the first 2 days were really busy, and like I said earlier in the video, the cleanup operations have finished. So the beach was actually really quiet this morning. So it gives me a chance just to slow down a little bit and stop and kind of reflect on the first 2 days, which were a bit manic and a bit crazy with the shooting. And also it gives me a chance to kind of just give you an idea about my setup, like here at the hotel, because when I'm out shooting, you know, I'm out in the field taking pictures, but actually back here in the hotel is sometimes equally as important, because I've got to get organized, I've got to get set up with my equipment, I've got to be recharging batteries, I've got to be sending the photos from the memory cards to the computer and then backing them up onto hard drives, all these little things. So I thought I'd just give you a little bit of an insight into my little setup that I have here. So first, I like to try to have a little bit of like a workstation almost. So down here, I've got like a little bench desk here in the hotel, and you can see I've got my drone, I've got my drone controller, I've got my flashes, wireless setup. Over here I've got my drone batteries charging, and I've got some equipment for memory card readers. And so I like to have this little setup where I can just organize everything and have everything in its right place, and so I can kind of keep track of exactly where everything is. Because, you know, these days, I was saying this to Prema yesterday, that photographers, we don't just have one camera anymore. We've got a camera body, then we've got a bunch of lenses, but then we've also got a GoPro that I'm shooting this on. Then I've got my drone as well, and I've got a tripod, and you've got all the other, you've got the memory cards, the batteries for each one. Is so much you've got to remember. And actually, that's one of the hardest things, is actually just keeping on top of all of that. So having a little station where you can just get yourself set up and organized is actually really important when I'm going out shooting every day and I'm collecting photos on different devices and I'm using batteries on different devices. You've got to stay organized if you want to keep on top of things. Keep things charged, so they're charged when you need to use them. But also, you're not deleting any photos that you shouldn't, you're clearing your cards for each new day. It's all a really important part of the process. And so, I mean, that's what I do when I'm here in the middle of the day taking a break from shooting. I'm getting organized. I'm organizing my equipment, organizing photos, and then just preparing for getting ready to go out again. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just backing up some photos, having my cup of coffee, and just take a little bit of a break before I go out again shooting in a couple of hours. Okay, listen to this. Every day, the equivalent of 2,000 garbage trucks full of plastic are dumped into the world's oceans, rivers, and lakes. Plastic pollution is a global problem. Every year, 19 to 23 million tons of plastic waste leaks into aquatic ecosystems, polluting lakes, rivers, and seas. That's from the United Nations Environment Programme website. And you know, when I read things like that, it just puts everything into context, and it gives me motivation to keep doing this story. You know, it's not easy going out there, working in the heat, working in the tough conditions, but when you read things like that, you understand that this is a global problem. Okay, so I've had enough rest time. The afternoon's over. It's nearly about 4 o'clock, so the temperatures are cooling. It's getting a bit more pleasant. So I'm going to get ready and go out again and photograph for a few hours before the sunset.
Okay, it's the afternoon of day number 3, and I had a good rest think those coffees helped. Just taking a break and sorting out my equipment and getting on top of things was a really good idea. So I had a shower, change of clothes, and now I'm going back down to the beach. The aim of today, or the aim of this afternoon, is to try and get some good drone photos, because I've had some problems with my drone the past couple of days. Just getting it set up to working in a new country, a couple of technical problems, but the aim is to fly it, get some good photos, and just see what else I can get this afternoon as well. But if I can get 1 or 2 good drone photos, then this afternoon will be a success. So let's head to the beach, find a good spot, launch the drone, and see what we can get. Okay, good news, the drone is working. Okay, sunset is kind of coming, so we've got good light. And here is the main beach with the plastic pollution, so I think there's a good chance of getting some pictures here. Set up camp in this little cafe here, but I'm just going to fly from here and get going. Okay, so drone shooting is finished. Finally got it to work after a couple of days messing around with the technology, but got it to work. I think I got some good shots. Like this part of the beach here is really, really bad. And so shooting some video, got some photos that you'll have just seen, and it's pretty shocking. I mean, viewed from the air gives you another different, completely different view on this issue. So that's what I want to do, is I want to combine the drone photos with the portraits and the other documentary images that I've taken to give you a better idea about what's happening here visually. Okay, my batteries are getting low, so I'm going to wrap this up. Just going to wander along the beach for a while taking photos before it gets dark. And then that'll be the end of day number 3, and we'll be on to day number 4 soon. Okay, I'm going to pack up now. Okay, we're being treated to a really lovely sunset. You can see it over my shoulder. Beautiful sunset. Okay, I think we got a couple of shots. Fairly happy with that. It's another day done. This is day 3 in Bali, in Indonesia, documenting the plastic crisis. Thanks for watching. If you've made it this far in the video, I hope these videos are giving you a little bit of an insight into how I work as a photographer. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and consider sharing this with a friend who's interested in photography or environmental issues. Okay, I think I deserve a break now. There's a log here. I'm going to sit down and enjoy the last remnants of this pretty amazing sunset.